For food-gathering communities in remote tribal areas, lifestyle is a blend of the voices of the elements, oracles, and myths. Ancient practices like shifting cultivation continue even in the New Age. Far removed from the world, the oracle could not transmit options as increasing populations reduced the cycle of shifting cultivation, halted regeneration of the land, and degraded it further. Here in Tripura, in northeast India, tribals like the Dev Burma are shy and inward-looking. They have been confined to jhum or shifting cultivation and collection of forest produce. Dwindling resources and pest attacks brought them to the verge of starvation. Many had sizable amounts of land but were living far below the poverty line, with families surviving on 200 to 300 rupees, about $7 a month. Efforts to rehabilitate tribals in this region began way back in the 1960s. The attempts failed. In the early 90s, the Rubber Board decided to develop plantations where earlier rehabilitation schemes had failed. It was an effort that subsequently received tremendous political and official support. The aim was to establish rubber plantations with broader objectives, to wean tribals away from jhum, restore the ecology, and develop sustainable income generation for the people.
Now, tribals over a period of time, or maybe years of deprivation and bad experiences, they were rather unwilling to listen to us also first. Then it took quite a deal of time to induce some kind of confidence in them, motivation in them, telling that we are with you. And then, surprisingly, they responded much faster than what we thought of the situation in terms of technical management, in terms of commitment, in terms of sincerity and so on.
Though there were many funding agencies, the project followed a single window approach. The participation of women ensured family involvement and success. It also empowered them to deal with political functionaries and administrative officials. Right through, it was not just the plantations, but people who were nurtured with frequent interpersonal contact and supportive inputs of roads, drinking water, creches for babies, and healthcare.
In the late 80s, that was a period when the rubber project itself was coming under close scrutiny, and there was a feeling, particularly among tribals, that this may not be the best crop for us. Because there were a lot of failures and the net income from 1 hectare was not enough to support a family. So when we looked through that and we analyzed that, we thought there are some implementation problems.
Ensuring confidence and commitment through economic interventions like intercropping for immediate cash benefit was central to the implementation process. Within a decade, the lives of nearly 10,000 families in Tripura has dramatically changed. Families now earn up to 5,000 rupees a month, over $100. Almost 70% of the people engaged in rubber plantations now have bank accounts. Tripura alone has 100,000 hectares available for rubber plantations. The humid, subtropical climate of the entire northeast is suitable for such plantations. Rated as one of the best projects for economic rehabilitation of tribals, the rubber block plantation is poised for replication in the region. Rubber is an amazing, versatile raw material used in nearly 50,000 products across the world, from balloons to tires. Tripura is now the second largest rubber producing state in India after Kerala. The rubber board took over the land for 7 years and employed the tribals on wages to maintain the plantations. Meanwhile, they were also encouraged to take up non-rubber income generating activities like piggeries, fisheries and weaving. After 7 years, they started earning a regular income from tapping, knowing that 35 years later, the timber would bring them a substantial price.
In our country, agriculture marketing is a big problem. So here we took care of that also. We never stopped at the 7th year when the plantation came into tapping. And beyond that, we created infrastructure for group processing. And during these 7 years, we held them together as a group with total involvement and commitment of the families. We never took the individual beneficiary household head or the male head normally we call for. We were insisting that every meeting, every training, the family should participate.
আমাদের রবার শীটটা আমাদের কোনো জায়গা বিক্রি করেন না, শুধু রবার বুট মণিমালা কাছে আমরা সব কিছু বিক্রি করি। মাল বিক্রি করার পরে আমাদের এখানে চেক দিই, চেকটা দিয়ে দিই, চেকটা আমাদের বিশ্বের মধ্যে ব্যাংকে চেক জমা দিয়ে দিই। চেক জমা দেওয়ার পরে 10 দিন 12 দিন পরে চেক যদি টাকাটা চেক মানে বাংলে আমাদের এটি এই আমাদের সব বেনিফিশিয়ারিকে ব্যাংকে অ্যাকাউন্ট মাধ্যমে টাকা পেমেন্ট করি।
The rubber plantation societies were instrumental in developing community involvement. The tribals, who are members, are involved in dissemination of knowledge, technology transfer, production, collection, processing, marketing, and distribution of money after sales. Community processing facilities such as this have been set up at the village level. Today, there are 53 centers to process the highest quality of ribbed smoked sheets, employing tribals who have been technically trained. With a 3 to 4-fold increase in income, tribals have accepted rubber plantations as a culturally compatible and sustainable means of livelihood. Word has spread from village to village, drawing more people into the project.
bol philinai lar sing bazara bol tolang yakha sini grini nago maying yasi tabu sing bol ba phalan nangli ya khuk bo khlanya nangli ya kun motte ka samung tangai ya sing sadara busabuti ran kisa misa private de pori man kha boy bo pai ri man kha ri bo pai ri man kha mo ha ka tabu kun motte ka dukhu dorong la ja khata
e a khugo ki chubu groi khlale no hanke u dam dunya ka no ai wati kiri mai mai yang lengkangan molo 7 বছর রাখে 30 বছর বুসে রাইচাসি মো nge oron jotono o jongolo supungoi jeng robot kanya nei rudui okhlai kali mono ono 80 জন binai pisari no hake muthangka 7 বছর nge tebu thijamu tebu tam thijangna tebu se ugur badiro phaye er thoka rui rang sano rang hake pointor jakha ang o jagao.
Militancy is a fallout of deprivation and poor economic status. We have got about 2,500 families under our projects. I don't think any member from any of these families will take up militancy because you have money available, you have access to good things in life. So initially there was a lot of apprehension. Will we be only wage earners for the whole life, or will we have an access to the fruits of whatever is going to happen here? Well, when that was accomplished, things were totally different. The family involvement, particularly the women, they took command. They said, look, this is our property, we have to be the owners of it and we are going to enjoy the fruits of it. So there was a total attitudinal change when that happened. That ownership feeling came in. As you said, that is a very important factor for any development. Unless you have the entire involvement of the community and family, nothing can be sustainable because the moment you take the support out, it will collapse.
The story has come a long way from when trust was first developed. Confident and assured, the tribals now have a continuous source of income with a secure provident fund when they sell the timber 35 years down the line.